So, everyone's familiar how I am just an expert at all things, and I love to do tutorials on all things, right? So, let's start our perfectly accurate tutorial on exactly what to do and how to do it. First off, you want to take some massive damage, and make sure you over-sharpen your weapon. That will tire out the monster and make sure that your blunt object hammer is definitely sharp enough to pierce most of the monster's skins. The other thing is, use focus a lot. Actually, yes, use a ton of focus, because that will show you exactly where the wound is and how you might better be able to attack the monster. It also shows you a lot of its weak points, which are good to know. And if you can, make sure you overextend most of your big, massive animation skills, because that will intimidate the monster greatly. They will see how much damage you're putting out and know that they do not stand a chance. It's essentially just mocking the creature, and anytime you can mock a big, gigantic beast is a good time. So you should do that more. In fact, the more you can do that, the better. If you wildly swing and miss most of your shots, that's even better, because that proves both to the Hunter's Guild and to the monster itself that you are so good that you don't actually need to make contact most of the time. And that you just have that much stamina built up. You're that good of a hunter. The next thing you definitely want to do is, when you're in the middle of a hunt, make sure you swap off to your more blunted weapon. That way, you instantly have the ability to sharpen it and make sure that it's nice and sharp after you've aggroed the beast. Again, this is all just psychological warfare. People don't talk about the psychological aspect of hunting these great beasts, but it's important. You have to know these things. Especially if you're in the middle of these tight quarters and areas where the thing could just rampage through. And you would have very little chance at defeating it. But you see, since you've psychologically warfared your way through it, there's nothing it can do now. It's done. The monster has already accepted its fate. The only thing that you need to sort of kind of do is coax it into giving up. You know, it knows that this is it. This is the end. The other thing you definitely want to do is make sure it can call in backup. Because, if you think about it, right? You can hunt one monster, yes, and you can get certain materials, and you can hunt them over and over and over again. Or you can hunt 100 monsters all at once! And you know that whole question, would you rather hunt one duck-sized lion or 100 lion-sized ducks? Well, why not 100 woolly mammoth-sized bear lions? Because obviously you're going to get more materials if the monster is bigger. And that's what we're here for. As many materials as we can get. Obviously. It only makes sense. The other unique thing that you definitely want to make sure you do, well, very rarely do you actually want to do this, but if you're in a bit of a pinch, you can actually sharpen while you're on the back of your secret. Turtle. That's the name of my secret. But, yeah, you can sharpen if you so choose. I don't see why you would. I mean, it doesn't really take that much extra time in order to sharpen off of your secret. So there really is no benefit to saving any time, because what that shows is weakness. And again, this is all about psychological. That's what we're working on. So this is, you really have to be careful what kind of weakness you're showing. So I mean, I guess arguably you might save a few seconds by sharpening while you're on your secret, moving toward the beast. But really, what would be the point in that, right? The other thing is, when you've braced, just go for the face. Constantly on face, constantly just hitting. There is no need to do anything else. Just attack. And then once you have it knocked down, well, at least if you have the hunting horn, make sure you echo bubble. Power up, get strong, and then smack it! Remember when I said switch off to the blunter weapon earlier? Well, this is why. Because when you're finally ready to finish the creature off, you've got a nice brand newly sharpened weapon just waiting for you. See, you thought I was making it up earlier, but absolutely not. Everything I do is planned way in advance. Nothing is wasted. All motion and all movement and all thoughts are perfectly timed. The only reason I ever get hit in one of these fights is because I choose to. And that's to give me more opportunity to break parts. Now, the next thing I'm definitely going to do is I'm going to charge up and hit with a big... Oh, God. But now that the monster's weak, now is our opportunity to charge up a big hit. We're going to try to finish it in as little hits as we can. Use all of that stamina we've been saving for this moment. And use any sort of strange sandstorms that might spring up to our advantage. Not only was it blinded before, it is extra blinded now. There! In one big hit! See? That's what I'm talking about. So, just as a refresher, make sure you get hit early and often, and make sure that you intimidate the monster by just tanking most of it. Then, you want to make sure you conserve stamina by not doing any of the major charges or wind-ups. Really kind of just do chip damage with your big tanky weapons. After that, once you get the monster down really low, then go in for the final blow. And that's my best advice for using massive, slow-moving, hard-hitting weapons. Just kind of completely take all of the normal techniques out of the equation, because those are mostly useless. So there we go. That's my tutorial on using the hammer the wrong way. So I hope you appreciate it. Don't do that. In fact, if anything, do opposite of that, and you'll be good to go. I am looking forward to playing more of this game, and looking forward to enjoying every aspect of what this game has to offer in the near future, when it comes out. So there you go. You just follow those tips, you'll be right as rain. Don't even worry about it. I gotcha. Are you scared of the thunder? Oh, that's so cute! Okay, thank you so much for watching this one. And remember to take care. And goodbye!